Pierre de Fermat was a famous mathematician from France. He was born in 1601, and is known for his work in mathematics. Fermat was not only a mathematician but also a lawyer. He spent much of his life in the city of Toulouse, where he worked as a judge. He had a strong interest in numbers and spent a lot of time solving math problems. Fermat is most famous for his work in number theory, a part of mathematics that studies the properties of numbers. He was very good at solving problems that other mathematicians could not solve. One of his most famous contributions is called Fermat's last theorem. Fermat wrote a note in the margin of a book, saying that he had discovered a wonderful proof for this theorem. However, he never wrote down the proof, and no one knew how to prove it for many years. For more than 300 years, mathematicians tried to solve Fermat's last theorem, but it was not until 1994 that it was finally proven by Andrew Wiles. Despite this, Fermat's work in mathematics has had a lasting impact on the field. He made many discoveries in geometry and algebra. For example, he worked on a topic called analytic geometry, which looks at shapes and space using numbers and equations. Fermat's work in this area helped develop many of the ideas used in modern mathematics today. Fermat also worked on something called probability theory. Probability theory is a branch of mathematics that deals with the chances of events happening. He studied how to predict the likelihood of certain events occurring, such as in games of chance. In fact, Fermat is considered one of the founders of the study of probability. He worked with another mathematician named Blaise Pascal to develop the basic ideas of probability theory. Fermat's work in number theory also led to the discovery of a new type of number called Fermat numbers. Fermat numbers are a special kind of number that have a certain form. These numbers are important in number theory and have helped mathematicians understand more about the properties of numbers. Fermat also studied prime numbers. Prime numbers are numbers that can only be divided by one and themselves. Fermat made a discovery about prime numbers that is now called Fermat's little theorem. This theorem is important in number theory and is used to solve many problems involving prime numbers. In addition to his work in number theory, Fermat also studied curves and their equations. He worked on finding the best ways to draw curves and understand their properties. Fermat's work in this area laid the foundation for the study of calculus, a branch of mathematics that studies change. His ideas were very advanced for his time and were later expanded upon by other mathematicians. Fermat's influence on mathematics is still felt today, even though many of his ideas were not fully understood during his lifetime. He was known for his bold and creative approach to solving problems. Even though Fermat didn't always write down his ideas in a way that others could easily understand, his work has inspired many mathematicians. His theories and discoveries have helped shape the way mathematics is studied today. Fermat's contributions to mathematics are still celebrated around the world. He was not just a brilliant mathematician, but also someone who thought deeply about numbers and their mysteries. Although he never saw the proof for his famous last theorem, his name is still remembered in the world of mathematics. Fermat's work continues to be a source of inspiration for new generations of mathematicians. His ability to think in new ways and approach problems from different angles is part of what makes his work so valuable. Today, many schools and universities teach Fermat's ideas, and his discoveries are an important part of the history of mathematics. Fermat's name is remembered not only for the problems he solved, but also for the new questions he raised. Even though he lived a long time ago, his ideas continue to challenge and inspire mathematicians to this day. In the world of mathematics, Fermat is considered one of the great minds of his time. His work will continue to influence mathematics for many years to come. Fermat's influence was not just on other mathematicians, but also on the way people think about math in general. For example, Fermat's approach to problem solving was based on making bold conjectures and testing them. This method of making guesses and testing them has become an important part of modern scientific thinking. In a way, Fermat's work helped to shape the scientific method itself. One of the most interesting things about Fermat is that he was not a full-time mathematician. He had a job as a lawyer, and his work in mathematics was something he did in his free time. Despite this, he made many important contributions to the field of mathematics. Fermat's ability to solve complex problems, even without the tools that modern mathematicians have today, is a testament to his brilliance. He worked at a time when many mathematical ideas were still new and not fully understood. Fermat's discoveries helped to lay the foundation for later developments in mathematics, including the work of Isaac Newton and Carl Friedrich Gauss. Without Fermat's contributions, many of the advances in mathematics that we now take for granted might not have been possible. Fermat's legacy is still alive today. Mathematicians still use many of the techniques and theories that he developed. His work in number theory is still a major area of study for mathematicians. Many of the most famous theorems in mathematics, such as Fermat's last theorem, were inspired by his discoveries. In addition, his work in geometry and probability theory continues to be important in fields such as physics, economics, and computer science. Fermat's influence can also be seen in modern mathematics competitions. His problems continue to be used in mathematical contests around the world, challenging students and mathematicians to think creatively and solve difficult problems. Fermat's approach to mathematics was also deeply philosophical. He believed that mathematics was not just about solving problems, but about understanding the deeper truths of the universe. This idea influenced many later mathematicians, including the famous philosopher and mathematician René Descartes. Fermat was also known for his belief that mathematics could provide a way to understand the natural world. This belief led him to study the connections between mathematics and science. Fermat's work helped pave the way for the development of modern physics, and his ideas have had a lasting impact on the study of the natural world. In summary, Pierre de Fermat was a brilliant mathematician whose work continues to shape the field of mathematics today. His contributions to number theory, geometry, probability, and other areas of mathematics have had a lasting impact. Although he never saw the proof of his famous last theorem, his ideas inspired generations of mathematicians to continue exploring and solving complex problems. Fermat's bold conjectures, deep thinking, and creative approach to mathematics have left a legacy that will continue to influence the field for centuries to come. Fermat's story is a reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries come from the most unexpected places. Even though he worked as a lawyer and had little formal training in mathematics, his ideas helped shape the future of the field. Fermat's work is a testament to the power of curiosity, creativity, and dedication. Today, we remember him not just for the problems he solved, but for the new questions he raised and the paths he opened for future mathematicians to follow.